back. Today we're going to do a little shop time. We got an upgrade on the CJ5. A couple months ago when we went to Windrock, we got stuck a few times, and one of the places we were dragging on was the rear end. The U-bolt plates on the rear end that this Jeep is spring under, so the U-bolt plates are on the bottom side of the spring. And let's see, I'll show you what we're looking at here. This spring plate and the U-bolts hang down, and they catch on rocks and trees and stumps and everything. So we're going to go with this style setup, which takes your U-bolts and sticks them up in here, so the only thing hanging down is your spring essentially in the bottom of this plate. I had to order those from Rough Stuff with the U-bolts, and they have I believe I had to get a 3 3/8 long or 3 3/8 tube diameter U-bolt. It's a 5/8 diameter U-bolt, 10 inches long. They make the extra long threads on them. We'll end up cutting it off probably about right here. Cut it off about right there. And this is what the spring plate looks like. It all comes pre-bent and everything, but this piece here needs to be welded, and all the corners need to be welded. So I've did a little dry fit on that, so I'm going to do a little welding and buzz these two out, and you guys can watch that. We'll do it in a time lapse so I don't bore you to death, and then we'll jack it up, take the old ones off, and put these on and see how they look. Alright, we got them welded out. Not too bad for cheap old Harbor Freight. We got them we took them over to the paint booth. We're going to spray a little Satin Canyon Black on them. That's what I like using. I don't like flat or gloss. This is kind of an in-between. We're going to get them painted up real quick while they're warm. Alright, we got a little black on them. Good enough for who it's for. For me. Yeah, let's see if we can't get down here and get these plates off. Hopefully the threads ain't too beat up on it. If not, we'll just cut them off. Alright, we got the driver's side installed. Got them U-bolts trimmed down. They were only about that much too long, which is fine. That's what they're made for. Got them all straightened up. We still got to tighten them down with the breaker bar. But man, look at that clearance compared to that crap. That was just quick and dirty when we built it. And I knew I was going to do something. And I can build these. But the time and labor I would have building that versus 40 bucks, something like that, 40 bucks. Hell, the U-bolts cost more than the damn plates. So that's why I opted to buy them. And they look good. I think they'll work great. We'll spray a little more paint on them bare U-bolts, and I missed a couple spots there on them U-bolt plates, and that's fine. It'll be covered in crap anyway, but we'll just slow down the aging process, and we'll get this second one put on, and won't bore you with that. We'll come back when we get done and I'll show you the finished product. All right, got them both installed, tightened down, and a little paint cover up the bare metal, seal in the dirt, and that's all she wrote on this rear end for now. Simple little job during the week. Got a question for you guys, girls, don't be offended. Do you guys save your old U-bolts? What do you do with them? You throw them in the scrap, the trash, or do you hang on to them? You never know what other projects you may run into and need some, and you don't have to buy none. In my case, I am a hoarder, so I save them. I got a whole big pile of them. It just so happens the ones I had would not work for this application, so I had to buy some, which is fine. Got the ones I needed instead of having to half-ass modify some. So I think that's going to be all for today. Appreciate you guys watching, and hope you come back. See you next time. I don't know if you've seen earlier, but I was using the grinder cutting off the U-bolt lengths, and I was using this battery. Bought these off eBay because they were cheap. Got two of them because Milwaukee batteries for the 18 volt, whatever it is, yep, 18 volt, they're expensive. So I bought the cheap ones, try them out. I had good luck out of my 20 volt DeWalt cheap ones. They work all right, but these, you get in any kind of force on either, let's see, my grinder or chainsaw, those batteries, they shut down. They don't like it. So just beware. Buying the cheap ones, you don't want to get out in the middle of nowhere and that'd be your only battery and you're screwed. That happened to me on that chainsaw. But why? China. That's why. Oh well, live and learn.